Good morning, all you cats and kittens. Just kidding, guys. Hey, guys, it's Joe Shrimp Shack. How you guys doing? We're waiting for some more people to kind of pop on. I forgot, I was drinking my coffee and texting, and I looked up and I'm like, oh, wow, 53 seconds before I have to start. So here we go. So wait till everybody gets in here. Let me say hi to some people that stopped in already. Fishing Tactics. He's like, yo, good morning. Monster Fish Gal Lori, good morning, good morning. Once again, always on top of things. Top spot. Great freaking moderator. She celebrated her birthday last weekend. Hope you had a good birthday. Put that up there. There's a little get together here. It's also, hey, Lori, just to let you know, it's also, the website is actually active now, too. So it's, mnco-op.com. That's actually active, and I'll actually go to it in a few. Justin Peterson, good morning. Let's say hi to everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, I'm having. All right, so yesterday, guys, like my OCD kicked in a lot. Like my day yesterday was like super bad. Good morning, Facebook user. I have a thing where it's like you might see like all this like changing around in my office here. I wanted to go over and rearrange some stuff, but I redid it. Like it took me like 5 hours. What I did is all these levels. I used to have that little arcade game in back of me. I dropped down this level. Whoops, it's one notch. And when I dropped it down one notch, I had to drop everything down and then recategorize everything. So yeah. It was a lot of work, and then a lot of my stuff is outside of my office here, so I have to bring it back in my office and put it away. I want to have uniformity, so everything kind of looks really nice. So I'm going to probably get more of these little, black totes right there. It is. Black totes, line them all over here. So, yeah. Coffee time. All right, so this morning's topic is we're going to talk about just a live question and answer. Okay. Good morning, Jared. There's my other one. JL not here. What's up? So someone posted on my group page about they had this weird algae in their tank. And of course they're looking at it and they're really quick to people are really quick to go over and say, it's the store. Well, sometimes it can be the store. But what happened is it's a 120-gallon tank. He's got a brand new tank, like brand spanking new. And he's getting some staghorn algae, and he's getting some, looks like green hair algae in the picture and stuff like this. So we're trying to explain to him that it's not that you caught hair algae and staghorn algae from my store by buying plants from me. What's happening is you have a brand new aquarium. So you can have a cycled aquarium, and then you can have a mature aquarium. So the thing is your tank can go through a cycle, but then it's got to mature. And of course, during the mature stage, you can go through a lot of different things. It's what you're doing is you're trying to find a happy balance between CO2 and nutrients and how much to feed, how often do water changes. It's all about coming up with a happy balance. And then if you don't have that happy balance, I always tell people algae is God's gift to like neutralize your tank. You have too much nutrients, algae. If you don't have enough nutrients, you can start getting blackbeard algae and everything else. Too much CO2, staghorn, it goes back and forth. So it's all about coming up with a happy median and sticking to that happy median on it. So how I do my water change in my show tanks, I do a 90% water change on mine. I know everybody says, oh, you're going to cycle. It's kind of what I've always done with my show tanks. It always works. All right, so I'll get you 1 second, okay? So I'll get that 1 second. So it's all about coming up with the happy median stuff. So, and I don't know if he's going to hop on my live. So that was my answer for him right there. All right, my shrimp are dying with red spot on top of its head. Is it a molting problem or no? So what I have a tendency to look at is not only on the head. So usually when the shrimp is dead and everything else, you can have a lot of the organs up by the head and stuff, which is the brain and stuff. Looking back of the right in back of the body, right in the thoraxal stage, Is it a white line? Is there a white line around its body? That's usually called the ring of death. It means the water is too hard. Without actually having your parameters listed, like I need to know your GH, your KH, your TDS meter, that type of thing. That's where it's really tough. When you just put a sentence like this. Like, I know a lot about shrimp, but I can't guess what's happening in a tank unless I have everything. No, there isn't. Okay. So, and then sometimes when the shrimp is starting to die, is it going over and laying on its side and kicking its legs a lot because the water could be too soft? So if you want to test your water, I would test for ammonia. I would test for nitrate with an A in your GH and KH. If you don't have a GH KH test kit like this, test your TDS. And then I need to know if you're dosing fertilizers or not. That's the biggest thing. I'm getting a reminder. Start a live video at 10 a.m. Facebook, it's 10:05. You are 5 minutes late. So TS is 115, GH of 5, 6.0, 6.5 ammonia. So what type of shrimp is it? Is it neocaridina or is it caridina? See, we're getting the questions right now. Go for it. There's the minutes of Kopich. Just GH Romano. But are you going for the boas? Okay, so that's for the boa. How long has the tank been going? So the boas are high-end boas and stuff like this. So the boa, this is where you got to start looking at it. Like, how long has the tank been going? I know you're going to start shooting tons of messages. Okay. So hold on. Before you shoot tons of messages on the chat and everything else, how long has the tank been going? It dies on its side. So is it something where, your GH sounds fine. It's supposed to be 4 to 5, which is TDS of 115 to 130. Your pH is fine. Your ammonia is fine and everything. From what it looks like, everything looks fine on your parameters, but there might be something in the water that I might be missing and stuff. What you could do is you could try and do a water change on it. Maybe add some extra bacteria. February 2nd is the beginning of the cycle. So it is not really like a super mature tank. I have a couple vials. I don't know if it's going to work or not. It's the Protobio startup, which sometimes it can help a little bit, but it doesn't necessarily say it definitely will. There's without knowing 100% what's happening with the water. It looks like February 2nd. So we're a little over a month in. So it's not a super mature tank. Is there a way Polinsky cure? Well, the thing is like until you find out what's causing an issue, like that's the thing is like when people go over and say, well, should I just use this? Because it's not a Polinsky cure. So it's a matter of you got to find out what's happening. I'm thinking that the tank isn't fully mature and you might be having issues with it because it's only a month long. Which sucks because boas are really nice. Do you have another cycled tank that has caridina parameters that you could go over and steal a bunch of that water? Since, of course, you steal from a different tank, which is more like cycled, more mature tank, and you use that water versus the fresh established water. So the problem you end up having is a lot of times, like on RO water, like RO filters can take out a lot of stuff, but there's some stuff that it just doesn't take, like chloramine. Like if you have a normal RO system, or even go someplace, they might not even have the chloramine filter that takes out chloramine. So then chloramine binds with ammonia goes through and stuff. Now I understand you said there's no ammonia in there, but there's other things that could possibly happen too. Do me a favor with your GHKH. Just do me a favor. Hear me out. Take your test tube. Rinse it out with RO water. Okay. Shake your GH tester up really well. Flip it upside down. Drop out like 3 drops. Then take your test kit. Do 1 drop. Shake it up really well. The slightest color changes. So nobody knows the GHKH test kits. They're a color changing one. And how it's supposed to be done is when you see the first flare of it changing colors, that's usually what the number is supposed to be. Some people want to go like super a lot. to make sure it's that super solid color and stuff. Do that, but have it rinsed out, because if you have a test tube that you rinsed out with tap water or anything else, and you put it upside down, all those minerals dries in that tank and give a false reading. Try that out right there. There's not like without knowing 100% what's in your water, this is where it's tough. So fish stores and people, we only can guess so much stuff. There's only so many things that we can test for. Now, why I'm saying this is a lot of cities, when it comes springtime, they dose tons of stuff in their tank to deal with what was happening in the wintertime. Phosphates, all that other stuff. Cities dose it spring and fall. So in the summertime, it's super hot, sun's beating down and everything else like this. They have tons of algae. They dose tons of phosphate. And the thing is, that can affect stuff too without knowing 100% what's going on, because I don't have a test kit for every test out there. There is a company that actually has these test kits, but from what I understand, when I got a hold of someone, is the company, I want to say they're, I can't remember the name of it. But what you do is you take a sample of tank water or a sample of tap water. You log in on the computer on their website. You give them the information where, hey, it's a 55-gallon aquarium, fresh water. You just give them the basic information. You name the tank. You put the data in there that you collect in the sample. You take the sample, put it in this test tube. You send it off to them. They do a laboratory test on your stuff, and you get an email saying that it's done, and then you check it. Saltwater people use it all the time, but freshwater people use it all the time. Now, but the unfortunate incident is there's a lot of stuff in your water that you normally have in your water that would freak you out. Like, did you know there's arsenic in your water? Like, if you got your test kit and you saw that there's a slight number of arsenic in there, you're going to freak out. So a lot of times what they do is they have, like on these tests, they'll put like big red print that means that it's like super above what it's supposed to be. Actually, let me see if I can find it. What the actual name of the thing is. I just got to log into my wholesale account. But I don't know. Like, I have to actually call them up to see if they have if the company went out of business, or can people still purchase it. It's called the ICP analysis mass spec test for fresh water. So let me just kind of read what it says. We will test over 50 elements down to the PPT parts per trillion. That is not any test more accurate available. We use 5-point calibration curve and certified standards to guarantee our accuracy. So I think it's roughly like $30 for the test. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to call and see if that company is still in business, if I can do it. And what I'll do is I can just purchase a bunch of these test kits and I bring them in here. That's without me, like, I can't test for everything. I can test like the basic stuff, then go basically what I think. Sometimes I've had it in my Caridina tanks where I've had unexplained deaths and I don't know what to do. What I've tended to do is when I have unexplained deaths and I try and do whatever I can, do a water change, I do a soft restart. So what I do is I drain the water down like 90% and then redo it, reformulate my bacteria that's back in there, re-put my remineralizer back in there. I let it go 30 days. I test out with like 5 or 6 more shrimp, put them in there, maybe not test out with boas and stuff, test out with like PRLs or blue wolves or something like that. If I still start having more deaths, I do a hard reset. I basically reset the whole tank, get rid of the soil, there's a lot of stuff that we can't test for, and that's the problem you end up having. People don't realize sometimes, and I'm not saying that you do this, a candle in the air, aerosols, got a drop of gas on your fingers. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I can't deplete for. The numbers that you're giving me looks like they're spot on. Without knowing 100%, that's the only thing I can possibly say. If you don't have another tank, to go over, if you don't have more Caridina water and it's a smaller tank and stuff like this, you have a couple choices. You can come to the store here and I can siphon off some of my. If you bring a bucket, don't if you have a little 2.5 gallon tank and stuff like this, bring a bucket. I can siphon off some like 2.5 gallons of cycled water and we can hurry up and get your boas out of there. Doesn't mean it's going to 100% fix it, but it's that, or we start doing a reset on there. It scares me when I start seeing like things like the Pleminsky cure. There's no real cures for like not knowing what's in your tank, and that's where it's tough. I wish we knew 100% what's in your tank. Got them in a 6-gallon tank. Do you have a smaller vessel? Because like 6 gallons is, I could probably get you 5 gallons of cycled water. You know, if you want to try to, if you, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to take them out of your vessel that you have right now and put them in a different vessel till we figure out what's going on with this tank. So the only thing I can do for you is offer you that I have cycled water here. We could siphon it out of my tank, but you need a separate vessel to put it in there, if you know what I mean. So, just so you don't lose more boas and stuff. That's what scares me because they're expensive. Boas are expensive, guys. All right. So, guys, I want to go over and do this. I want to show you some stuff quick. Since we're waiting for the next question, let me just pop it up on my Hey, look, AVAX is up. It's up 5% on the. I know. Oh, I'm getting my alerts right now of my. There we go. My stocks. All right, I want to share something with you guys. 1 second here. Share screen. Oh, I got a couple things to show you. Let me just do this one first. That one. All right, guys. So I hopped on. So the event that's happening in Minnesota is called Minnesota Co-op. I kind of hopped on it, put some logos on there. I have a couple co-hosts. I have Minnesota Plantarella, which is houseplants. I have Minnesota Planted Tanks, which is an awesome houseplant group. So we have aqua creatures, green, everything in between. Lizards, freaking makers. We have crocheters. We have anything and everything that's underneath the sea. Here's this it's an idea that I came up with in 2018. 2018, I started this Facebook group called Minnesota Co-op, and I had a vision. My vision was to get a bunch of people as a collective to come together and form either a fish store where people can collab together or have an event where everybody can kind of collab together on this one. I talked to some big people in the industry about it. They said it was a great idea. Well, fortunately, in 2023, I'm making it happen here. So we have a lot of local food trucks coming here. We have vendors coming. We have artists coming. Nori's coming. I'll show you the list who's all coming here in a second. Here's the schedule events right now, and I'm going to do a leak. Here's my leak, guys. Listen. 12 o'clock, the event opens up. 1 to 2 o'clock, Minnesota Fish Keepers is doing a drawing contest for 12 and under on there. 3 to 4, we're having the Kids Aquascape Workshop. Between 4:30 and 5:30, we have a welcome table raffle drawings contest. Event closes at 6 o'clock, but this is what I'm super happy about. If y'all want to take a look at this, I'm going to kind of highlight it, go back over here. Boom, look at that. Live aquascaping all day long by the Queen of Dark Water, Melanie Holmes. She's part of my team Nature Freaks. She will actually be there. She's actually coming up here. Perfect. Just come in with some water afterwards. I'm sorry. Come in with your vessel sometime today. I can get you some water from here, okay? So what's really nice is Melanie's actually coming here. It's going to be super cool. If you never met Melanie before, she's from the Deutschland, from the motherland. Great aquascaper. She was featured in Boost Plant for being a dark water scape. She is going to be doing a dark water scape here in my store. I'm trying to get some other people here as well from there, but she's super cool. Maybe I'll have her come on my chat with these. I gotta see because she also works. So let me just see here. Let me just go to the next page. Boom. But that's gonna be super cool, guys. We have all the links right here: Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all that good jazz. Here's the map for it. The address is right there. Let's go to the vendors. All right. Here is some of the vendors we have coming for the freshwater, saltwater. We have Seachem, Fluval, Custom Aquariums is going to be here. Minnesota Fish Keepers is going to be here. Minnesota Planted Tanks. Oh, Joe Shrimp Shack. I'll be here, of course. Timmy from Pet World Lawrence is coming in the house all the way from Kansas City. I'm sorry, Lawrence, Kansas. I didn't mean to offend you. Stone Aquatics, Aquatic 1, Benny's Freshwater Aquatics, Huncho Aquatics. Anybody that I have all the hyperlinks here for all these people that are coming. Oh, I'm not. Oh, Micro Farmer. He's going to have oxalatos. So we're going to have oxalatos here as well. Now we have the house plant enthusiasts and micro businesses. I might change the category in here because there's a lot of different stuff. So we have my co-host, Minnesota planter Linda, the lovely Linda. We have Tank Grapes with Jeff Holter right here. We have all these other. Here's Nori Vossen right here. She does all the artwork we have. Crochet Sorbet. Look at all this stuff. It just goes on and on and on and on and on. And then of course we have our sponsors down here. So let me just kind of go up and kind of show you how I'm doing stuff. Let me just remove this. I want to show you kind of how the layout. This is not the final layout, just to let you know. It's kind of showing you here. Gotta find it though. There it is. Boom! There we go, guys. Let me just go on this screen. I'm gonna look over I have two screens here. So, all right, guys. So this is how it's gonna be roughly laid out. This is my building right here. So I spoke to everybody in this building, except for the new one. We have a new person right here. I have to talk to them still, but I'm sure they're gonna be fine. We're gonna have drone. My buddy has a drone shop right here called Vertex Unmanned. He'll be flying the drone and stuff. I'm located right here in the center of the building right here. I will be going over, and these that have red with yellow are open tables. As you see, open 10-foot sections. As you see, this is filling out really fast. We have a lot of vendors, and we have more people that are trying to reach out for us too. So we have a good showcase of what's all going to happen. This is not the final layout of what everything's going to be. This is a rough layout. This is up to scale on here. So as you see, I'm on the inside right here, but more likely I'm going to be all out here talking to people. Now, I'm happy to say, I spoke to my Connect. I have a Connect with WCCO News. He's going to be here. He's also a food blog critic, so he will also be here too. So I'm super pumped up about that. So let me just kind of get rid of that little screen right here. Stop screen. There we go. Super happy about that. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of planning. I will say I give it out to everybody else in the world of planning out shows like this. This takes out a lot of energy, a lot of time and stuff. But I also want to talk about my next one. It's going to be April 15th, which is less than a month away. So let me get to that one right now. I gotta find it here. Boom. That one. Boom. Aquafest down in Louisiana, April 15th and 16th. If you guys have questions, shoot some questions up on the chat. I'll get them as soon as I show this all right here. From 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's a 2-day event. So it's super cool. Coral View is the headline sponsor on there. We have some other exhibitors out here as well. As you see, we have, Custom Aquariums is not going to be there. Just to FYI, let me hit the refresh. Let's see if it's, let me refresh the thing. There we go. So if I refresh it, Custom Aquariums will not be there. Unfortunately, Mark has a wedding to go to, and the other person that was supposed to go got called away and some other stuff. So he will not be there. But Timmy will be there. Eric will be there. Jennifer Williams will be there from Owase. I will be there. Sue from CChem will be there. God, I just know so many people and stuff. And there's a lot more vendors. Please, just because it only says this right here doesn't mean that's the only people that are showing up. There's a lot of people that are showing up on this one. They're just trying to link whatever they possibly can on here. Free entry for kids 12 and under. That's awesome. They do have a food truck there, which is super cool. So let me just see if I can do a tour of the venue. Okay, we're gonna go inside. This is the old virtual tour here. We go in here, and then they usually have a greeting table, like, "Hey, how you guys doing?" Blah 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 blah. Over here, let's go walk in. Now, all this is not here. This isn't here. None of this is here. It's all open and wide. So when it's open and wide, it's like literally completely full of vendors in here. Now, I will be, see if I can find it. I will be right around here in this back section right here. That's roughly where I'll be. I think Eric's going to be right here. Awase is going to be over here. Tim from Pet World is going to be right here. Coral View is right here. I'm trying to remember the layout, how we had it and stuff. But it's a super cool venue. I mean, it's not super gigantic, huge at the North Shore Harbor Center, but it's going to get bigger as time goes by. So it's super cool if you guys are going to be out there. Cool. If you're another either YouTuber, Instagram, or TikToker, Snapchat, what other social medias out there? If you guys want to partake in this and have a small section at the vendors table, at the YouTubers booth, let me know. I can put you on there. You can sell some of your merch, some of your product there. So it works. So there's that right there. Boop. Get that back off. But yeah, I'm just waiting for all my coffee. I got some coffee from the local gas station. It's not as strong as what I normally have, so I'm still kind of tired, but it is what it is. So yeah, we're 26 minutes. Oh, look what I got back too. If y'all are into freaking like Pokemon and stuff, some people are. So I got some customers with that. Let Chumley's autograph authenticated. Look at that. Look, Chumley again from Pawn Stars. Look at that, Chumley again from Pawn Stars. Look at that, Chumley from Pawn Stars. There's one for you. Guess what? Chumley and Rick Harris. Authenticated. So I got that back yesterday from the card shop. Super happy. Go put that in my file. But yeah, it's one of those things where the store is coming about really well. It's one of those like there's more I want to do, but it's like one step at a time, and that's all I can do. I did order table tents for the event. I'm just waiting for them to come in. Kayla, your RO system should be arriving. I got an email. I got a text message today that the RO system should be arriving. I set it up where I'm supposed to pick it up, but when I went to go pick it up, somehow they shipped it, which doesn't make sense because I'm only 5 minutes away. And it's been like I went on Monday to go pick it up, and it's like today's Wednesday and still haven't got here. This is why I always set up for pickup. So that will arrive today. So is there any other questions from these beautiful fans that we have here? Turn back to the bottom right there. There's Minnesota Planet Tanks right here. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody's super quiet this morning. Everybody needs to get some coffee. And I'm thinking about doing like an evening one too. I just got to figure out what's going to work best for times for people to come here and stuff. Hey, Kale, how you doing? Let me get rid of this right here. Stop sharing. There we go. But yeah, I got a lot of people showing up there. So we're going to have wood, rock, house plants, fish, shrimp, normal plants, all that jazz. So it's turning out to be really good. I was kind of worried about getting more vendors and stuff. Now, like I'm telling like people, like, look, if you guys haven't like signed up for it, like to have a seller's table, like hurry up. Let me find the Facebook group right here. Can you, Miss Lori? Can you? I think you already have it listed. The Facebook group for the Minnesota Co-op fish tubers. I think that's it. Is it the one? That's the event. So it's perfect. That's the event. If you guys want to make it cool, awesome. The group is right above it too. I can get that link too. Thank you. So there's the group right here. Just look up Minnesota Co-op on there. And then there's the event for everybody like sign up if you guys want to go and stuff. It's been keeping me beyond busy. Like, this is why I know Sean Hale and them were hiring a GM. Just because, oh my God, it's like the littlest things, like porta potty, $225 for a porta potty for one day. Kale, it doesn't make sense. They're clear with white speck groups are probably around 1,500 eggs in a cluster. Have 3 clusters. Oh, I'm sorry. I saw something. Let me get back here. Sorry. Hey, I got a question for you. I have some really odd egg sacs I've never seen before. All right. You talking about underneath the shrimp? So hopefully you're talking about underneath the shrimp. So all right. Shrimp eggs can look like different colors. Just to let you know, everybody says they're supposed to be yellow. They can be green. They go by the diet and everything else. So I'm not worried about that. So shrimp eggs are going to be round. Just make sure that they're round. If they're not round and they're more jagged, that's usually like a fungal problem on there. But usually, like, you shouldn't have to worry about that right there. They're clear with a white speck groups are probably around 50 to 100 eggs in a cluster. Have 3 clusters, so 3 shrimp. Hopefully you're talking about shrimp. Because if you're talking about normal eggs, like, your chickens are laying a lot of eggs. Just to let you know. I don't know what you're on this. I'll send you a picture. Perfect. Not on a shrimp. All right. Oh, he's sending me a picture. Hold on a second. Oh, Hercules. All right. Let me show these people. Do you mind me showing you a picture? Let me know if I can show your picture. So she knows where I'm getting at. Kale, can I? Okay, all right. So Kale sent me this right here. Let me get closer to it. That looks like snail eggs. That looks like snail eggs. Another thing too. If you have shrimp in there, can you turn on your heater a little bit, please? I see that your heater is up in the green line, which means it's usually between 76 and 78. When neocardinas are in a freshwater tank, there's a disease called muscular necrosis. It happens when the water is a little bit too warm. And what happened is it's a bacterial infection gets underneath their shell, and they'll die from it. So if you can turn it down, I greatly appreciate that. But yes, they look like snail eggs. So if you don't want those snail eggs, my suggestion is get yourself a tweezers and take a tweezers, pull it out. If you have other beautiful shrimp that you want in there, no, it's not mystery snails. It's not mystery snails. All right, let me teach you about that's like a pond snail or something like that. So mystery snails need to go outside of the water to lay eggs. So usually what people do is people drain out some of the water on their tank or put a lid, and the mystery snails lay a clutch of eggs. The eggs it looks like pink snot. And those are snail eggs. Now, if you want to breed these mystery snails, I'll teach you how to do that in a second. If you don't want these mystery snails to breed in your tank, you wait 24 hours until that little sack of eggs is hard, and you can break them off and get rid of them. Okay. If you want to breed mystery snails, they're not mystery snails. Just to let you know, they look like pond snails. Like, take a tweezers, pull them out, throw them away. If you want to breed mystery snails, you wait 24 hours after they lay the clutch. Then you go get a Tupperware. There's 2 different ways. You can put a wet washcloth underneath there, a wet towel, wet sponge, and put another washcloth on top. Set your clear snail clutch egg on that one. And then you usually put like a damp, not really super damp, but a washcloth or a paper towel. Put the top on there, and they usually hatch within 10 days. And then you can really smack your tank and feed some fry food. Yep, definitely. It's just one of those things where that's the picture you sent me. That's a pond snail. I love your plants in there though. You got some Christmas moss in there. So I'm the type of person when people send me pictures, I like looking at all the stuff. I love that. Not really variegated. It's the Rosenagal, the Alternathuria Rosenagal. You have some Java fern on there. You have some Christmas moss in there. Yep, I like looking at it. Definitely pond snails. So yeah, if you don't want pond snails in your tank, remove them. I'm just gonna be honest with you. If you found that one clutch, there's probably like 50 more clutches there, so you should probably just remove it anyways. Some people are like, when I first got in the hobby, I'm like, oh, I don't care, it's like pond snails, and then I realized how fast they ended up taking over my tank. So there's that issue right there. But yeah, like I want to like get my office finished today. Um, yeah, I want to get some more stuff done for this get together, this Minnesota Co-op get together. I'm super stoked about it. But I have the first show now. What's happening? What started today is Global Pet Expo. Global Pet Expo is down in Orlando, Florida. JBJ is there. Unfortunately, I didn't make it to there this year. Um, what it is, it's a more not an end consumer show. It's more of a retail store. So a lot of retailers and wholesalers go out there um, for this. Yeah, it's gross. It happens. Take them out though. Um, Coffee's gone. So, but yeah, let's see if there's any more questions that pop up. I don't see it. It's sitting at no heaters on. It's sitting at 73. Okay. Well, here's the thing. If you had shrimp in there, they cool the water anyway, so you can take out that heater if you wanted to. There's a global pet. Yeah, I'll pop it up in a second. I'm just looking at your the little thermometer and stuff like this. So it looks like it's reading like 34 degrees Celsius. Is that right? Let's see what it is. Which equals to 34 degrees Celsius equals that's warm. Just double check on that one. So if you got a regular thermometer, grab a regular thermometer and put it in there like a meat thermometer or something like that. All right, there is the Global Pet Expo. Somebody look it up right here. I'm going to look it up. Hold on. GlobalPetExpo.org. GlobalPetExpo.org. Boom. Let's take a tour over here, guys. Let me get my All right, we're gonna go look at the Global Pet Expo because that's going on right now. Share screen. Go gadget racers. Hold on, Global Pet. Boom. No, I haven't looked at this either, guys. So hold on a second. There we go. Global Pet Expo 2023. I went to it when it was 2019, right before the pandemic and stuff. Super cool. This has everything. This has birds, dogs, cats, anything, everything. This is for any retail store to go to, any wholesale store to go to find new products and stuff like this. There's Hagen. Hagen's going to be there. Let's look at the floor plan. I like looking at floor plans. They're freaking huge. Look at this. This thing is massive. Massive. These are all the vendors. So this is one where it's just like you come. I do believe you come in this spot right here. And JBJ is normally like. So here's the aquatic lounge. They're usually right around here someplace. Let me see if we can find them. We're gonna hunt this down. I'll probably see him outside the fact. There's Hikari. There's there. JBJ. There it is. JBJ is right there. They're doing a 20 by 20 booth. Right across from Owase. So this is how big it gets. It gets super big. So like if you're a retail store, like if you're trying to find new products and stuff like this is the show to like go to. I mean, this has everything. Collars, haircuts, everything you possibly think of. It's worth, I mean, you could spend all day hitting all this stuff. I mean, that's like, this is how big it is. It's massive. So a lot of stores will go there and they'll find new products and they'll set up their wholesale accounts through them, which is super cool. Dang, this thing is just massive. Yeah, I really wanted to go. It sucked. But unfortunately, I can't control the higher ups. The higher ups decided to go over and cut the budget a little bit and not take everyone with like they normally do. So, yes. Boom. There's that. Yes, please hit the thumbs up button, like and share. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. I do have a membership page on here. I'm going to probably change up some of the stuff on the membership, maybe drop down the price a little bit. Change the discount on there. It helps me with my store here, so it helps me with the YouTube videos I do. Helps me get more stuff out there. I'm not a rich person. Everybody may think that I'm rich and stuff. I'm not rich. I put my pants on just like everybody else. I just don't do anything. I don't have a life. So yeah. But it looks like that's what no more questions for me. Jim, unfortunately, he was watching Rio Speedwagon. I think he went out of town for a Rio Speedwagon concert. So he's a big metalhead. So he decided to go do that. So more power for him. I cocked him. There it is right here. Boom! To become a member of Joe Shrimp Shack, click on the link, the join button. Awesome. Yes, I greatly appreciate it, guys. It does help me out. Like I know I have like an older camera. I need to do more for it. Anything new in the shop recently? I do have some deliveries coming. I have some more Cats Aquatic on its way. I have booster pumps. So I got a bunch of booster pumps. Not the full. It's the pump itself. Not the whole hookups for it and everything else. But you can get the hookups really cheap. I just have the booster pumps here. What else did I get? I got some more bettas. I got new plants coming out on Thursday. Try to do like a big clean out of my store to get new products here. I do have an order of Brightwell soil coming too. It's just hopefully it gets here soon because I ordered it. I do have to do another JBJ order to get some more Shrimp King products here. I need the soil. I need a bunch of other stuff from them. And I don't know. It's. I will say that I've been spending a lot of time on this event that I'm trying to do, trying to get it up and running to how I want it. So a lot of my time and effort's been going in there. I got a new employee that I'm trying to also train in and get everything that I want done and teach him the right ways of doing stuff. So there's a lot of different ways to do stuff. Okay. There's the right way, the wrong way, and there's my way. I'm just kidding. No, so like I have OCD. So what happens is when someone comes up to me and says, hey, I got 20 years experience in the industry, sometimes I kind of frown because that could be a lot of like bad habits that are getting brought into the store, and I don't want to teach other people bad habits. When people come to my store, they have a tendency, they want to know how I did something, not how you did something at home. That's where I try to like teach my employees, like when customers come in, it's about their aquariums. It's not about your aquarium at home. It's about their aquarium. We want them to be successful. So if you're showing like one tank that you have at your house and you're super proud of it, cool. I understand you're proud, but people want the attention to go on to them. Same as aquascapes. So I try and do what I can to make other people successful, because that's what matters. It's about getting the youth into it. It's about like making people successful. Let's say you got yourself an aquarium and you spent $350 for this setup. And then you bought fish. And then you bought plants. And then you're like, let me just do all CO2. If someone didn't sit down and talk to you about CO2 and how to do the CO2, and you gas out your tank, and you get frustrated, you just killed all your fish. Okay? Then you're like, shit. Then you shut it down. Now you get blackbeard algae, because now you have a CO2 in fluctuation. Now you get blackbeard algae, and that stuff sucks. Like, you got to nuke your tank almost on that one. You got to treat with peroxide or XL, put some black mollies in there, freaking American flagfish, little things that could probably nick at. But a lot of times that chases people away. This is what I hear. I had to plant a tank once. I was unsuccessful, so I walked away. And that hurts me because the stores that they were going to wasn't trying to get them successful. The stores they were going to was trying to make $1 off them. I want people to be successful. I'm known for when you come in here, if you want to get certain things, if I think you don't want it, like I'm sorry, if I think you don't need it, I'll tell you you don't need it. I won't sell it to you. It's like some things you just don't need. Some things like look this. You get a betta. You get a betta mirror. That's a gimmick. Like you shouldn't have that. The bettas flare up, hit it, break their teeth off. Shrimp mineral balls, shrimp ammonia blocks, and everything else. You don't need that. If you keep the proper parameters, you shouldn't need that stuff in there. It's just a gimmick for them to sell more products. There used to be a company out there that had two products, had a GH remineralizer, had a GHK KH remineralizer. What happened was the person that brought it in told everybody that the GHKH remineralizer was discontinued. Now you had to buy this KH up one. So instead of buying one bottle, he sold you the GH remineralizer, and then you had to buy the KH remineralizer. So now he sold two bottles versus one. It took like 6 months, and I found out that product was never discontinued. It wasn't. He wanted to sell two bottles, which kind of sucks, but welcome to the world and stuff. Yeah. So, is there other things that are happening in the store or coming in the store? Let's see. Plants on Thursday. Brightwell coming in. Cat's Aquatic coming in. I got an order yesterday from one of my wholesalers. So I got the smaller sponges. Oh, I did. Oh, I got some stuff coming in. Super happy about it. I ordered 20 kilograms of botanicals. So I'm going to have lotus pods. I'm going to have a lot of stuff. A lot of different types of botanicals and stuff. So that's coming from overseas. I got to wait for it to come here. And then I got to figure out how I want to package it all up and then get it here. Got more root tabs in stock. I got the Liquid Gardens root tabs back in stock. I'm trying to think what else. I'm trying to look. I don't see anything else. I don't know. I get stuff coming all the time. So, but guys, if there's no other questions, I know I can cut it a little bit short and stuff. It's like 15 minutes short. But I get kind of nervous. My anxiety gets kind of up a little bit when it's just me talking to myself. I try and do what I possibly can and stuff, but I want to thank everybody for like watching. If there's another question, I can answer people's questions. I have like a Rolodex in my head. The thing is like I have so much information that unless someone asks for it, it's hard for me to go over and spit out all this information because it just kind of jumbles all up with my OCD. With that being said, I don't see any more questions coming into play right here. So, guys, I'm going to try and have a special guest next week. I got to like line it all up and stuff. If you guys haven't joined the Minnesota Co-op group yet, please join the Minnesota Co-op group. It'll be a new show that I would like to do every single year. Event. I don't know what you would get together type thing. I don't know what you're saying. It's like it's not like an aqua shell. It's not set up like an aqua shell. It's not. It's a small get together where we can all kind of come together and stuff. So with that, guys, have a good week. Thank you. Yes. With that, guys, I want you to have a shrimptastic day. I love you all. If you guys have more questions, shoot me questions. Moa, if you want to stop in, bring me a sample of your water. So I'll probably much test the same thing that you're going to test for. But yeah, I can get you some cycled water and stuff. So, all right, guys, love you very much. Have a shrimptastic day. We'll catch you next time.